It's Anna from New Hampshire Community Supported Research. It's wintertime and we are planning our field trials for the upcoming field season in 2026. And I would like to propose here an exploration of how disruptive your favorite crop protection tool is to non-target insects. By that, I mean the beneficial insects that provide biocontrol in your farm or garden, predatory insects, the parasitoids, things like that. So sometimes we start off with a problem in need of solution or a question that is unanswered and figure out what tools or approaches that we need to do that. Sometimes in science, and don't tell anybody, we start with a tool first and look for a problem in need of solution. And that is the case here. I happen to have a resource right now that I would like to put to work. Pink lady beetle. All right, here's the spotted pink lady beetle. It's a predatory insect. It's also an omnivorous insect. This is different from the species that comes into your house, right? So that one that comes into your house was an introduced species. It's a different species. It's a different genus even from all of the many, many species of native lady beetles that live outside. Here's its Latin name, but we call it CMAC for short. So it's an important beneficial insect in the agroecosystem, but it's an omnivore that eats a lot of things. So that means that it's a little bit easier to keep in colony, right? So we can keep a pure culture of it. Actually, I have one right here on the shelf behind me, and I'm going to show you some pictures of our colony. Because this insect is able to survive pretty well on pollen and plant-based diets, we can feed it things like this Bee Pro, which is, I think it's got soy meal in it. It's got some yeast in it. It's also got lots of different additives for insect health. This is something that beekeepers can feed to their bees as a supplement to their diet. We feed it to lady beetles. Every once in a while, we will supplement a lady beetle diet with a really high protein food for them, usually moth eggs. You can buy moth eggs on the internet. This is so weird. I've been trying out different protein sources. That protein amendment is there to up egg production. You need really high protein for their eggs to be produced. So if you're trying to produce a lot more lady beetle babies, we put more protein in their diet. But you can keep a colony of these things alive pretty well with this bee food. Pretty cool, right? An extreme close-up on a lady beetle larvae eating that Bee Pro, and it is mowing down. This is a pretty good shot of this baby lady beetle. It was hungry. These lady beetles can go quite a while without eating, but this one, I guess, hadn't had anything to eat. It was quite hungry. You can see the little palps that are helping manipulate that food into its mouth. You can't quite see its mandibles. They're below the head on this one. This is also using its arms, its forearms to shovel that food into its face, which is pretty cute. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Something that we have done in the past with CMAC, as well as another really important generalist predator, spined soldier bug. This is a hemipteran predator. These things that kind of test out how dangerous is that crop after you've sprayed some kind of pesticide, right? So we can do that in a couple different ways. We'll spray out a treatment in small plot spray trials and either put the test insect on that we use wedding favor bags to keep them on the leaf, or we can do excised leaf experiments where we take leaves back to the lab and expose our little white lab rats, our little lady beetles to that treated material over a time course. There actually is a pretty good body of literature for this kind of thing supporting the greenhouse industry. These are growers who are much more likely to be integrating chemical controls with biological controls they've actually purchased and released. So there's a dollar value associated with those biocontrols. There's even nice data sets supporting actual waiting periods, refractory periods where you can spray and it'll say, wait such and such number of hours before you release predatory mites, predatory flies, parasitoids, things like that. There's a really nice body of research there. And there's certainly some pretty good data to support claims for products that are called safe for non-targets. Like, for example, BT products labeled for use on caterpillars, we feel very certain they are safe for anything that is not a caterpillar, and even not a caterpillar who's not eating treated tissue. We know that that is the case, but there are some other products that have claims that say this is IPM friendly, quote unquote, because if that material dries on the surface of the leaf, as long as it's just an organism that's walking over it and it's not consuming that treated product, it's supposed to be pretty safe for non-targets. There are some products that are a little bit dangerous. They have broad spectrum neurotoxic effects, but they break down very quickly in UV light. So if you're spraying it on a crop and it's a nice sunshiny day, it should be no risk to non-targets, but like there's certain differences in plant architecture that could change that. I need your input here. Is this something that's interesting to you? I need specifics about the crop protection materials, the insecticides that you might be using, whether or not you have any concerns about non-target impacts, what are the crops you're using them on, what are the pests that you're going after, and we can design some experiments for this upcoming field season.